Howdy, neighbor. Welcome to math class. Today we are going to be studying and learning about counting by twos. Say counting by twos. That was my silly voice there. All right, we're going to be counting by twos. Who remembers how to count by twos? Anybody? Anybody? Good, good. Well, we're going to be reviewing it today. Now, today we're just going to be working with counting by twos using even numbers. And if we're counting by twos and we're using even numbers, can you guess what number we're going to start with? Let's think about it. We're counting by twos. So we're going to start with the number 2. We're going to start with the number 2. All right. So anytime we're using even numbers end in 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0. All even numbers end in 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0. And so since we are counting by twos and we're using even numbers, all we have to remember is that counting by twos is going to end in any of these 5 numbers: 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0. That's one way to remember it, okay? And so if we start with 2, then we know we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then we can have 12, 14, 16, 18, and we can make that a 20. Then we can have 22, 24, 26, 28, and we can make that a 30. Then we can have 32, 34, 36, 38, and we can make that a 40. Now it's getting all scrambled. We can have 42, 44, 46, 48, and 50. And I'm going to leave it right there for now. But this is pretty much all we have to remember when we want to count by twos using even numbers. That's it. We just need to remember that it's going to end in 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0 every time. The other way we can remember how to count by twos is to remember to skip the odd number. What are odd numbers? Odd numbers end in 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Those are all odd numbers. So here we have the even numbers. And down here we have the odd numbers. Even and odd. So we know the even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0. They end in those numbers. And odd numbers end in 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And so when we want to count by twos, another method to remember is to skip count the odd numbers. And I'll show you how. So we can start with 2, skip 3, 4, skip 5, 6, skip 7, 8, skip 9, 10. That is how we can remember. I'll show it again in a different way. 2, skip 1, 4, skip 3, 6, because we're skipping 5. I'm sorry, skip 5, 6, skip 7, 8, skip 9, 10. So I'm sorry if I confused you there, and I'm going to take it back and do it one more time. So we're going to skip 1 and 2, skip 3 and 4, skip 5 and 6, skip 7 and 8, skip 9 and 10. So now when we're counting, we don't need to say the number that we're skipping aloud. We just need to keep that in our heads, okay? So if we were going to keep that in our heads, it would sound like this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Did you hear me say skip 1, skip 3, skip 5, skip 7, skip 9 out loud? No, I did not say it out loud. I said it in my head, which means no one could hear me but me. I was thinking it, but I did not say it because I don't need anybody to know that I am skipping these numbers. I only need them to know that I'm counting by 2. So let's try again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Now we can 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30. And if we want to keep going, we can say 32, 34, 36, 38, and 40. Let's put it in here so we can see it. 40. Or we can keep going with that and we can say 42, 44, 46, 48, and what do you think? It's going to be 50. And that is how we count by 2s. It's very easy. We just need to remember either to skip the odd number, or we just need to remember that when we're counting by 2s, using even numbers, that our even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0. It's going to end in any of those numbers. So what do you think? Is 52 an even number? Yes, it is, because it ends in 2. All right, what about 76? Is that an even number? Why, yes, it is. Why? Because it ends in 6. And those are all the things that we have to remember. When we're using our even numbers only, we are counting by 2s. Even numbers. So again, just to recap, our even numbers. Even. Our even numbers are all even numbers ending in 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So that would still be 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. And it would still be 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. That's how we count by 2s. And so that you remember, the numbers that we want to skip are our odd numbers that end in 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. We want to skip those. That would mean that we also want to skip 21, 23, 25, 27, 29. We want to skip all of those because they all end in odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. All right, you guys. Well, that is all I had for you today. You did a really good job. And to prove it, let's rock and roll.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I'm sitting listening to 'em by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. You're trying to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out of the cold. 10 minutes of the wake-up show. I like that old time rock and roll.
Woohoo! Good job, everyone.